Welcome back to Witch Wednesdays and Vlogtober day 24. Today I am chatting all about home protections. So I love Samhain season as a time for cleansings and for protections, specifically on my home and on all of our Halloween decor. You have gotten sneak peeks of that here on the channel, and I will have like the full overview, but we have tons of stuff outside, and you know those animatronics are expensive. So I like to have protections on everything. So today I thought I'd take you around and show you some of those and give you some ideas of protecting your own home this season and beyond. And before we get into that, I just want to say that doing the mundane protections is really smart as well. You can do all of the protections that you can think of on your car, but if you leave your purse sitting on your front seat with your door unlocked, it's going to get stolen. Your car is going to get broken into. I wish that were not the case. I don't like victim blaming, but that is the world that we live in. So the important thing is to take those mundane steps as well. It is important to do the energetic protections, yes, and that can add a great layer and be a great part of your witchcraft practice, but you have to do the mundane protections as well. So don't think that you can do all of these home protections and then leave your front door wide open. That's not going to work. So we do have the mundane protections. We live in Chicago, so obviously we lock our doors. We have a fence up around for our Halloween stuff. We have a lock on that. We have 3 cameras on our house. We have a security system that we set every night that has the sensors on all the doors and windows. My husband is 6'3" and 260 pounds, so he says that he doesn't need protections, but on the days that he's not here, I am armed also. So we have taken lots and lots of mundane steps to ensure that our home is protected. But protections are one of those things that I don't think you can have too many of. I'm going to show you just some of mine. And I also want to say as another disclaimer that I don't have all of them on here, because I think that the more you show of your spell work, the more that somebody could come in and like undo it. If you show all the little details, they know exactly how to then take it apart. So I recommend for all witches out there, if you're going to share your spells and rituals online, which I love because it's so nice to have that exchange of information, I do not recommend sharing everything that you are doing to protect your house all at once. I change mine out by season, so they are not always exactly the same, and I'm also not going to show you every single one that is on my house right now. So that's all those disclaimers out of the way. Let's go around my house and show you some different things and show you some ideas of putting things together for yourself. So here we are at my front door, and full Halloween yard tour coming up soon. But the first thing that we have, which is the simplest and most common, is the cinnamon brew. So I have this here, and I keep it here all year long. The Halloween decorations don't stay all year long, but the cinnamon broom does. I bought this at Home Depot. I think most home stores have them on sale right now. They are very common this time of year. They have the cinnamon scent, and they have a few other ones. And this practice of placing them near the front door with the bristles up is a way to protect from negative energy and any sort of maybe malicious spirits that might come through on Samhain. But I like to leave this here at the front door. This is a common folklore practice, and it just stays here with these little branches and things that I have all year round. So it is a constant protection right at the threshold of the house. We also always have a wreath hanging on the front door. So right now, this is a Halloween one, obviously. This is from Trick or Treat. I mentioned that that's one of my favorite Halloween movies if you watched my Q&A. So we always do some sort of protection on the door wreath, and they change out by season. We have a specific Yule one that I hang, and then we have a different one that's just sort of like the all year round one. And then on each one, I will do a protection on that, and that usually involves having a protective sigil drawn on the back and anointing it with a protection oil. And speaking of protective sigils, every single item that you see out on our lawn, all of our Halloween decor has not only my husband's last name is written on everything in Sharpie, which I say my husband's last name because we do not have the same last name, because I refuse to change mine. That is a hill I will die on. So he wrote his last name on everything, and along with that, I drew a protective sigil on everything. So the sigil on everything is charged not only for protection and specific deterrent against thieves, but I do also have it to trigger a curse on any thieves. So if anything does go missing, which would be hard to do because as you can see, everything is really chained together. So we would hear it. I am home all the time, so we would definitely hear anything going. It would take a long time. The fence is locked, so you really can't get in and out easily. And we have 2 cameras pointed at all of this stuff that are running 24 hours a day, and we get alerts on our phones. So it would be very hard to get anything in the first place, but if they did and it leaves this property, then a curse is triggered. So I don't like to share too much about curses, hexing, jinxing, crossing, cursing on YouTube, just because you can't totally control that information, what people do with it, and whether something bad comes from that and they don't do things correctly, and then there's blowback stuff. That is stuff that I save for Patreon. So if you want to go over and join my Patreon, because it is a smaller community there, so I feel better about sharing those sorts of things there. And also, I always respond to patron messages right away. So if they have a specific question or need help doing something or are interested in a curse like that, then that is something that I can offer one-on-one help with. So just know that there is a curse on everything that is triggered if these items leave the property without our permission, in addition to having just basic protections on them. Hello from my usual filming spot. I'm up here feeding my birds, and while I do so, I am also going to do another protection of witch's salt. This is black salt, which is another great option for house protection, and you can sprinkle this outside your door or outside your windows on your windowsills, and you just need a very small amount because wild animals are very attracted to salt and you do not want to injure them. So the way that I use it on my windowsills is to do it on the inner window so they wouldn't be able to get to it, and then along the front step of our doorway. You can absolutely make your own, or you can purchase it like I did. I believe specifically this box is from Handfuls of Dust. If it is, I will link it below. And something else I wanted to show you for protection are mirrors. You can find these at craft stores, and a lot of witchcraft stores have them as well. They are just these thin little circular mirrors. They have a protective coating on the back to cover up a sticky side, so you can stick these, and then there is a film on the front, so you can see that it's got that mirrored surface underneath there, so you can peel off that surface as well. These are hardly noticeable, but mirrors are great for reflecting any negativity that is coming your way. So I like to do these in the corners of our windows and just peel off that sticky back and then stick it to the corner of a window, and then that reflects any sort of harm that is aimed towards our house and reflecting that away. But if you can just get a bunch of these, they are great options for protection because they are so small. You can attach one to something you're wearing, to your wallet, purse, to your car, and just constantly be reflecting that negative energy away from you. Something else I'm going to do right now is go protect my doors and window frames with the Four Thieves vinegar. There are a number of recipes online for Four Thieves vinegar. You can also buy it. I originally bought this at my local witchcraft store, but now I just keep using the bottle and refilling it and making it myself. That's a good way to grow your collection of glass bottles if you haven't done that. So this is a fresh batch, and I'm going to go around to all of the doors and windows. Four Thieves vinegar is protective. It originally is said to come from medieval times when thieves were operating still during the plague, but never actually catching the plague. So when they were caught, they would offer up their recipe for this protective vinegar in exchange for their freedom, claiming that this is what kept them healthy and kept them from getting the plague. So this is a great passageway water for protection. So all you need is just a little dab of this to put on doorways and window frames, and you can just do like a little dab with your finger. You can draw a sigil with it just to create that boundary protection for your house. And as far as further protections, you could definitely also use war water. Like I said, I don't particularly share how I use this, but war water is very common, and you can look up tons of things about it online about what it is actually used for and how to make it yourself, but this would be great if you are also trying to protect your property and any decor items that you may have out, because this is like not only protection, but if somebody like messes with it and has ill intentions, then this is going to cause some nastiness in their life. Here we have a spell to bless and protect a home. This is a slightly modified version from one from the Wikipedia spell deck. I'll have that linked below in case you are interested. There are 7 candles in a circle here in blue, pink, yellow, white, green, purple, and red. You're looking for a burn time about 30 minutes. So I think these size candles are perfect. But if you want to go bigger, you can. And then in the center here, I have a clear quartz and a hematite. These 2 crystals together are for harmony. So what you're doing here is freeing your house of everything negative and instead replacing it with positive energy. I have a little garden sage bundle here. The spell as written calls for sage incense, 1 stick for each room in your house, and I do not like incense. So I am just going to go around with my little sage bundle, but I think it would work just as well if you are likewise not an incense fan and also don't want to use smoke. You could go around instead with a besom, with a candle, with some moon water. There's a lot of different options there. So for this spell, you're going to set all of these in a circle on your altar space and place the crystals in the middle and have your item for cleansing that you're going to go around the house with just off to the side of the circle. And then you're going to light the candles and repeat the spell words 7 times. I bless this home with all that is pure. Joyous light resides in the walls. Positive energy from ceiling to floor in every room and every door. Like I said, you're going to allow these candles to burn for about 30 minutes, and while these are burning, you are going to take your cleansing tool around every room within your house. I have my bundle going here, and I am going to go around to all of the different rooms with my windows open and cleanse my space and just allow that incense smoke to move around the room and clear out any negative energy that's in there. Instead, replace it with positive energy and then keep that space protected. Once these candles are completely burnt down, then I will take those crystals and place them somewhere in the main living area of my house. You could do it someplace that's centrally located, so the exact center of your house. You can just place them on a windowsill, tabletop, tuck them into a drawer, or you can place them in the room that you do most of your living, especially with like other family members. So that might be your living room. If you have a finished basement like we do most of our hanging out down there. We also have an upstairs living room that's like towards the front of our house, so it definitely wouldn't be centered. So it really is whatever is the most lived in space in your home. You're going to place those crystals there to keep that protection going. So I hope that you liked that look into home protections. Thank you for being here on Vlogtober day 24. I can't believe we're in the last week of vlogs. That's crazy. I did combine a couple of days there, but still, this is a lot of videos from me, more videos than I have ever put up on YouTube before. So thank you for being here, and I hope you are enjoying the content. A few more days to go. If you have anything that you'd specifically like to see in these last couple of days, do let me know. But otherwise, that's everything for Vlogtober day 24. I will see you tomorrow.